And Howard has family, as I said. He has children. Then he has friends. He has associates. And then he has colleagues, if you like. Now, Howard went to a restaurant, let's say restaurant B, and had lunch. And he liked the food that they ate. Next time he's organizing a party for his friends, where do you think you take them to? The same place. Next time the associate want to have a party, where do they go? They go to the same place. Am I communicating? So Howard's come to church. He comes to church with his family, and he enjoys whatever goes on. He has influence over all these people that are around him. Am I communicating? There is no leader in this room right now who does not have at least one person that you have influence over. Are you getting my point? Now, guess what? Each of these people also have the same level of influence. Are you getting my point? Each of these. So when you lose one family, you have not lost only one family. You have lost all these people. When you lose one customer, sure. You get a point? Now, let me make it practical for you in church. This is my wallet. What do you keep in a wallet? Cash. If I'm not a member of this church, can you chase me for my tithe? Can you chase me for my offering? So when one family leaves, they don't just leave, they leave with their wallet. And it has impact on all these people. I've been to some restaurants and places where the guy will say, well, if you don't want to buy the food, you can go. Hey. Unless, of course, you set up the restaurant for angels to come and eat. But if you set up the church to not attract demons but human beings, you cannot but relate with people in a manner that makes them stay. And let me tell you, leaders, let me tell you something. The church is not full of righteous people. So let's stop this holy art thou, holy am I, holy art you mentality. You see somebody's, but this guy was a harlot. What about you? What were you? What were you? Give me one person in the world who has no history, and I'll show you God. Because there's a tendency for leaders who are not leaders but position occupants, title holders, to be holy as thou. They will not touch it, but they have a perspective where they look at people and make people feel so bad. Jesus did not come for righteous people. Otherwise, Paul would not have been converted. He was a killer. Killer. There's a scripture in the Bible that really amazes me. It said, if you look at a woman lustfully in your heart, your own daughter, you. Sometimes you look at her and say, my daughter, you are beautiful. If it doesn't end there, and it goes beyond another level, nobody has seen it, it's in your head. But Bible says you have sinned. So who dare you look at somebody who Jesus is pulling into the church and look down upon that person, ridicule that person, and tell the person you don't fit in here as a leader? What it means is that you have no understanding of the responsibility assigned to you. Am I communicating? So, going into the global marketplace to do ministry, to do business, ladies and gentlemen, means we must move. There should be a 360 degrees what? Turn around. Otherwise, if we keep going the way we are going, repeating the same mistakes and expecting to get a better results, it's not going to happen. Am I communicating? Next slide. Next slide. So, how do we go into the global marketplace? Two approaches. Number one, the first approach we can do is to either start the ministry from a local community and spread the success story to where? Other parts of the world. So you have started Restoration International Chapel here. Based on the formula you have used, you can now spread to other parts of the world. Not only in America. You can go to Canada. You can go to Czechoslovakia. You can go to Trinidad and Tobago. You can go to Guyana. You can go to Ghana. There's a difference between Ghana and Guyana, for your information. Ghana is the original. Guyana is a counterfeit. So you must have that at the back of your mind. I beg you, don't come into fudu for me. All right? So the two approaches. Number one, you can start from local and do what? And spread. You can start your restaurant, your business, your hair business, your whatever business from your house. But based on the way you manage it, you can document the processes and then what? Transcend to. The problem with us, black people, is that we don't document stuff. So we are doing good at that local setting, and we cannot break through to another level because in our mind, it is God who is doing the miracles. But if you can document how you started, the steps you are taking, and everything on paper, you can literally replicate whatever you are doing in another location. If it has worked here, it can work in another location. A business is not a building. It is the idea. And the systems that are built around that idea. Am I communicating? So we can establish another Restoration International Church in Togo. The same church. Not just the name, but the way things are done here can be replicated there. And the same God will move there. The second approach is to move abroad and start from there and then take the same story to the local setting. Vice versa. I started off in Ghana from a village, but I had the global perspective. How many of you have smartphones here? Smartphones. When we finish, go to Apple or Play Store and then go to the app session and type my name. You can download my app. You can read my books. You can watch my TV. You can listen to my audio, radio. I have an online radio 24 hours. I live in Ghana from a village which is not on the map of Ghana. But I decided I may have been born in a manger, but I will never allow manger lifestyle to be seen in my life. The fact that you come from Africa does not mean the best cannot come from Africa. The fact that you have the black skin does not mean you cannot do what the white man is doing. The difference between us and them is just a skin color, not the quality of the mind. Church folks, let's understand, if God can work through them, the same God can work through us. And sometimes even better, because God is black. I'm telling you, most of you've heard the word Cush before in the Bible. You've heard the word Ethiopia in the Bible. Tell me anywhere in the Bible that we hear America. Haven't you heard Egypt before? Is Egypt in America? Is Egypt in Europe? Is Egypt in Russia? Isn't God black? Am I communicating? So whatever they are doing out there, please, I want us to understand that if John Austin can build a mega church, it's not because he's white. It's because they have a mindset that attracts success. They do things the way successful people do them. That's how they are growing and expanding, not because they are white. Let me tell you this. In the whole world that we find ourselves in, there are two great assets that if you know how to handle them, you can break any barrier. Number one, your mind. Say your mind. I want you to write it down. Two great assets. Number one is what? Your mind. As a man thinks. We always quote it, but we don't understand it. Who you are today is a function of how you think, not how you pray, how you think. And number two is called time. Time. If you know how to handle these two assets, you can floor the devil at any time. You know why black folks are not doing well? Because of these two things. How can you live a whole day, a whole week, a whole month, and you have not read not even one page of a book? I mean, ask yourself. And you expect God to bless your ignorance so that you kill yourself? You want God to bless you and give you more money when you have not trained your mind to know how to handle the money without the money become a problem for you? I'm talking to leaders now. These things, you don't talk them about church. You talk them to leaders. Let me tell you something. If you don't add value to your mind, it's like driving a Mercedes-Benz car with a motorcycle engine in it. You look good. You look attractive. But when you open your mouth, we know that it is motorcycle engine that is in the body. I know I'm talking to our people. And so I know that I have to be careful. But I prefer to tell you the truth and not come here again. And 5 years' time, you'll be looking for me than to compromise on my integrity. There's no difference between us. How many of you have been to London before? You've been to Europe before? London. Now, when you are in the train, all those whose heads are down reading, what color do they have? All those who have earphones in their ears and playing, blasting their what color are they? All those who are dozing, what color are they? I haven't been to the train here, so I can't speak to that. Please, let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you. The Bible said that we worship God with our mind. When you become a Christian, it doesn't mean that you must throw your mind away. It doesn't mean that God doesn't work through your mind. Listen to me. When the Bible says your heart is the same as your spirit, it's the same as your mind, it says guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flows the issues of life. Your mind is a reflection of your personality. And if you must attract people from the global level, you have to learn how to add value to your mind. And I'm talking to leaders. Today, your choristers may not be people that may be looking somewhere going up. But tomorrow, God is going to bring lawyers who are going to be part of the choir. Doctors who are going to be part of the choir. Engineers who are going to be part of the choir. And if we're a choir leader and your thinking is that low, you'll be driving people away from the choir. Not because they are demons, but because you yourself, you are a wizard. Number 2, your time. Do you know that wherever you are now is related to how much you have exchanged your personal time for? Do you know that? How much they pay you at work, it's a function of how much time you put in. Please don't be angry with me. We're talking about, this is leadership. Leaders eat meat, they don't drink porridge.
I work in the medical field. Now, America has designed a system, what they call it API, which is anatomically programmed instruction. So you cannot fake time. When you go in, whether you're a director, a manager, your badge, you clock in. The time is there. But they've made it in a way that I can use my smartphone to clock out, but no. You have to go there and clock out because there's a trace, like when you talk, a trace.
People, God gave everybody 24 hours. Whether you pray, whether you don't pray, whether you speak in tongues, I take another 4 hours to mine. Now I have 28. I claim another 6 hours from the devil's camp. Now I have 30 hours. You are a liar. You are a liar. You have 24 hours. The devil has 24 hours. The unbeliever has 24 hours. Even God has 24 hours. Equal proportion. Question. What do you use your time